Hey, American contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Northern Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Northern Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the for changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I, as a contractor, appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor that's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
The battery is dead. I can hear you now. Okay. Go grab batteries, Frank, real fast for the receiver. You guys didn't turn it off. All right, so the audio is not going to last for very long. We did not check that out, unfortunately. So, yep, there we go. Yep, blame John for no audio. That is the truth. So we're going to get into that in just a second here since we are already live. Just all right, guys, so Frank had a little cameo there. We got fresh batteries. We're good. We can get into it now. Weather headlines for that forecast today here across Texas. Texas-sized hail is possible here across Texas everywhere. Giant hail possible from DFW down to San Antonio. So we will see what happens. Hopefully I'm not jinxing it here for this forecast. Otherwise, other than Texas, it's a pretty complicated forecast from Oklahoma to New York. There's a lot of things up in the air, and it's a bit of a head scratcher a little bit for the forecast. And then after today, tomorrow we have a smaller risk, and then things calm down for a couple days, and then we reset and probably have more activity going into next week. But we're not really going to go into it too much again because there is so much to talk about for it today. So jumping right into those current conditions right now, we see quite a bit of rain in eastern Oklahoma and parts of Arkansas and Missouri. And you can see here in the Dallas-Fort Worth metro, you guys have showers streaming to the north and to the east, but keeping most of DFW out of the rain, out of the contaminated rain-cooled air. So that is good signs for the potential for quite a bit of severe weather later today. And then further off to the east and other areas in our risk area, we have quite a bit of rain, probably screwing up the St. Louis and Illinois risk. And then we have the chance for some storms going into Pennsylvania and Ohio, where things are actually pretty quiet right now. So yes, this is going to hail in the hill country. We'll talk about that in a minute. Current conditions, temperature-wise, 77 is very muggy in Dallas. That is what you want to see, 77 degrees with a 66-degree dew point. That makes a very warm, muggy, unstable air mass for Dallas, for San Antonio, for Austin, everyone on the I-35 corridor, and then all the way to the west to the Rio Grande. And then we have a whole bunch of higher dew points into Oklahoma, Missouri, into the Great Lakes region, where we do have that chance for severe weather today as well. So we're jumping right into that future radar here, guys. This is the latest run that we've seen. So just like the last time I did the video the other day, I haven't seen too much of this yet. We see by 2:30, storms forming by the I-20 corridor off to the west of Dallas. By about 3 o'clock, you definitely have some pretty more major storms forming. And we've been seeing pretty consistently through this morning the potential for isolated storms back off to the west and possibly all the way down to Mexico. And as we move through the evening hours here, you actually see here come the storms by about 7 o'clock, roaring into the Metroplex, with that potential for some pretty large hail. And then we also have the chance for some storms heading towards the San Antonio area. This is at 11 o'clock down by San Antonio and then moving through Dallas. So there's going to be storms today. The biggest question, of course, is going to be how big is that hail potentially going to get? We're also going to jump, it keeps going here all the way to about 4:30. And you can see by tomorrow morning, there's a lot of rain in the area. But jumping over off to the north and to the east, we're not going to ignore the other risks. We have a chance for hail across the Great Lakes region here. And you can see by about 3 o'clock, some storms form in Pennsylvania and over by Cleveland. And it seems like this run, we're really kind of focusing on isolated storms in Pennsylvania, some storm potential here into northern Indiana, and also possibly some storms down by the Cincinnati area. I'll be watching this pretty carefully. And then by about 6:30, 7 o'clock, things get pretty messy, and this is pretty much different every single time we've looked at the models here, which is why we have low confidence, and why it's kind of a bit of a head scratcher forecast, because much like yesterday, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of rain in the area, so the instability pockets are pretty limited, and it's hard to pinpoint exactly where those are going to be, which is why you'll see in the forecast here in just a moment a pretty wide area of potential for hail. Either way, Great Lakes, you're getting a ton of rain possible here going into tonight. So what's that maximum hail size potential today? Well, I already kind of said it. Up to softball size hail is possible today. Up to 4-inch hail for most likely in Texas, almost guaranteed that it'll be in the state of Texas today. And we're going to go into those most at-risk cities. This actually, I didn't update this before I came on the video here. I had moderately high for Abilene and then moderate for Fort Worth. I would flip those now based on what we're seeing. And then San Antonio, same basic idea, moderately high. And then you got Binghamton, New York, Oklahoma City, and even Columbus, Ohio. We got that low chance of some hail possible today. And this is your hail forecast map, a pretty big map here. Again, we have that potential for $1 to $half size hail. I have a pretty broad swath from pretty much Oklahoma City all the way into the Binghamton, New York area. So places like Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Columbus, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Indianapolis, Louisville, St. Louis, probably not so much this area here. And then the biggest hail where you see that purple, that's going to be where your big hail potential is. And we zoom in on that, and we also have it hatched for that most significant zone from Dallas-Fort Worth to Abilene to San Antonio. That is what we're expecting here of upwards of softball size hail, especially in the hatching area. Again, Dallas-Fort Worth, I got you guys, the whole Metroplex in there. I'd say especially south of Denton, because you are seeing that rain in Denton right now. So places like Keller, Fort Worth, Arlington, Dallas, even like McKinney, that general area, I think you have a pretty good chance of some storms. I have Abilene at moderate, though it looks like things might be a little further to the east now than what we were seeing a little while ago. And then San Antonio, my biggest question mark for you guys and why you're only at a moderate is the fact that a lot of storm activity is going to be off to the west. It's whether or not we get it to San Antonio with that really big hail. Pushing off to the north, Oklahoma City, you do have a chance, but as I keep looking at stuff all morning, and actually Derek's going off to Chase right now, it's not looking super promising for big time hail or big time severe weather in Oklahoma City today. Yesterday looked better, and yesterday didn't have diddly squat, so I'm not super confident we're going to see too much, if anything, quarter size hail, but I think we'll see some rain moving through in a few hours here, and that's really about it. Further off to the east, St. Louis, again, low chance. Kind of the theme here, low chance of maybe some marginally severe hail all the way to Cincinnati as well. And then finally, all the way off to the East Coast, from Buffalo to Binghamton to Pittsburgh, could see some storms. I think you have a little bit better chance here, especially the Erie, Pittsburgh, and like Rochester areas. You could see some hail possibly upwards of ping pong ball size. So city forecast is probably the all-important graphic here for you guys in Dallas. From 6 to 10 p.m., I'm thinking that's when your best chance of storms are going to be. Your max hail size, I'm saying up to 3-inch possible for the strongest possible storms. So with that, I have a moderate chance of that quarter-size hail, and with that, so I have a moderate for golf ball or greater. Now, the big delineation I have here is I have a moderate chance that there will be storms, pretty much, that produce hail, and I think there's an equivalent chance of quarter-size hail as there is golf ball-size hail. Now, obviously, the 3-inch hail, the big-time storms, that's a lower chance, just because you need a really big, intense storm to do it. So I'd say greater than tennis ball-size hail is probably kind of low, but moderate of up to golf ball-size hail. So I think if it happens in Dallas today, you'll probably see at least a couple reports of golf ball, and it's the end of April. It's pretty common for Dallas-Fort Worth to squeeze out golf ball size hail in pretty much anything, so I think that's not too crazy of a forecast there, but that potential is there, up to 3-inch hail. You want the even bigger hail, probably have to go down towards the San Antonio area, got up to 4-inch hail for you guys. It's gonna be later too, after dark, 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Moderate chance of that 1-inch hail, but I got that low chance because I think the storms may have a hard time making it all the way to San Antonio itself. I think off to the west here, yeah, there'll be some monsters back there, but it really kind of depends. Can we get it all the way to San Antonio? And if we do, can it maintain that strength? I think at the very least up to some quarters, but that bigger hail potential a little bit lower just because of that uncertainty. And if I threw in Oklahoma City just for the hell of it, 6 to 10 p.m., ping pong ball size hail for your hail size, and that is generous of me, but low chance overall. I think there's a lot of uncertainty today. There is some clearing off in western Oklahoma, so there could be some storms, but we also have a cold front coming in pretty quick here. So we'll see. I'm not holding my breath for Oklahoma City. We're having everything getting ready here at the office for a hit in Texas for live coverage. We'll definitely do live coverage across Dallas or Austin, not Houston, San Antonio, wherever the city is. If a big storm moves through, so don't worry, you won't miss out on that. But Oklahoma City, I'm not thinking too much. So for tomorrow, we have new storm activity that forms off to the east of Dallas, so in eastern sections of Texas and into Louisiana and Arkansas. There will be the potential for some storms tomorrow afternoon. Hail sizes are probably going to be around golf ball size hail. And then we have that hail forecast for tomorrow of upwards of maybe golf ball size hail from Little Rock, Shreveport to Houston, but I think it's going to be a low chance with that. Okay, questions about Austin. I think Austin's chances are pretty much identical to San Antonio. I think you guys kind of same boat, different place, not too far away from each other. So that potential is there for some really big hail. Austin's a little bit smaller, more compact in terms of people than San Antonio is, so your chances might be a little bit lower, but that chance is there. So that hill country, yes, there is the chance for hail. Pretty much anywhere we had the hatched area on our hail forecast map, which will also be posted as its own post on our Facebook page, you have that chance for some hail. Getting into real specific towns here, it's all possible. Like, you know, we try to highlight major metropolitan areas. The Metroplex is one of the easier ones to forecast for. It's the size of a couple New England states, but otherwise we could say time frame for DFW, I believe I said 6 to 10. Is that what I said, Frank? Yeah, 6 to 10 p.m. I can even just do this too. I'll just put this graphic on here just for a second. So yeah, 6 to 10 p.m. This is for Dallas-Fort Worth, the whole Metroplex. So all the town names thrown in there, Plano and Frisco, Allen, Arlington and Fort Worth, all that jazz, that's all in here. That's 6 to 10 time frame. Moderate chance of at least quarter to golf ball size hail. Lower chance for that really big time stuff, and we'll be here doing any kind of coverage for you guys if anything rolls into town. So with that, I'm going to jump right to the end here. Follow us on all of our social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you are wanting to read the text version of this forecast and just see the graphic, that'll be posted momentarily on our Facebook page as well. Hit see first on Facebook so you don't miss any of our content, especially if we do go live. If you guys have the Hail Trace app, make sure you have those notifications turned on so you don't miss out when we have live coverage, or if any big storms are moving through, you can give us a call, 855-334-4245. Make sure that's all, everything's all set up for you guys. If you want to go and make fun of us for messing up the microphone again, and as always, you can email us at info@hailtrace.com or visit our website, hailtrace.com, for more details. Do those hail dances, guys. We'll be back later, hopefully, for some severe weather coverage across maybe Dallas or San Antonio, one of the cities in Texas here. Have a great day, and we'll see you later.